Hello and welcome back. Today I'm visiting with my friend Andrea here at the Yarn Club in Virginia Beach, and we're going to show you all the yarn yumminess. So stick around. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Patty Magnets YouTube channel. I am your hostess, Patty. Today is extra special. We are on location at the Yarn Club here in Virginia Beach. You've seen a little bit of Yarn Club, you've heard me talk about Yarn Club. Today we're here!
Yay!
This is lovely, wonderful Andrea.
Thank you.
This is Andrea's shop. Andrea is going to share with us some of her most favorite Indie Dye yarns, and oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So get ready.
Thanks, Patty. It's so great to have you here. Thank you so much. This is fun. I don't know where to begin, but I can start with what I'm wearing.
Okay.
Hey, why not?
Yes, let's talk about that.
This is a So Faded by Andrea Renee Knits, Andrea Mowry, and I just love her work. I love everything that fades. It lets you take advantage of the artistry of each individual skein of yarn. All my indie dyers work so hard to get all the love into every skein. And Andrea's patterns just let you explore and play and eat it up. So
I love how she's like fading everything.
yes.
I think there's even socks now.
Yes, that's what you do with your leftovers. It's
Yeah,
the best.
it's so cool. So
it's
cool.
the best.
And you are like the master at making everything fit. I'm just in awe of
Thank
the
you.
sweater skills. Yeah. So yeah, someday we're gonna get a sweater of my own on the needles.
We are gonna
because
do
I've
that
been so
soon.
afraid to try it, but I'm looking at your cardigan over there. It's beautiful. But yeah, so sweaters to come. Don't go anywhere.
Sweaters to come. We love our sweaters. Sweaters are easier than socks. They're easier than so
Really?
many of the crazy patterns out there
You think?
today. They're
I'm s-
easier than lace. Oh gosh, I don't have the brains for lace right now, and I can do a sweater. I got two on
Okay.
my needles
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh.
So we'll talk about that
All
later.
right,
That's
cool.
awesome.
Well, let's
Uh,
look at what loveliness we have on the table. And do you want to just start at this end and work over, or do you have a way that you would like to kind of run through
I was
everything?
first going to give a little shout out to my friends at Primrose Yarn Co because that's what I'm wearing.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite yarns and bases. This is Mira. Mira is a silk merino blend. This color is fairly new. It's called Witching Hour, and I just love it. It's a sport weight yarn, and every time we get their yarns in, they're completely different. One of the unique things about Primrose is we can't choose our colors. I just
Oh.
buy a set amount and they send, and it's always wonderful, and it's like Christmas. We open the box
Oh, how
and
fun.
it is Christmas every day.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's fun.
Nice.
I want to talk about our big event we have coming up.
Okay. This is really cool and really special.
So February 24th, Saturday, one day only from 10 to 6, we have the Indie Dyer Extravaganza. We've invited a whole bunch of local artists to come in,
Awesome.
and it's a mini yarn festival right here in Virginia Beach in our
Very
store.
cool. Very cool. I'm psyched. I can't wait for it.
We're excited about it. Returning, this is our second one, so it's the second annual Indie Dyer Extravaganza.
Okay.
And last year we had Kim of Kim Dyes Yarn, and this is Kim. Meet Kim.
Gosh. Wow. That's such a range.
It's wonderful.
That's amazing.
This is a yarn she has called Rye Sock. It has yak in it. Give it a squish.
Can I show it?
Yeah, please. Now Kim's doing something pretty special. She's bringing us, she does wonderful roving. And we have a wonderful spinning community here. And we're going to have a roving that she's debuting just at our show.
Oh, how cool.
So we're really excited about that. She's got some unique colors coming in, new colors. I follow her on Instagram, and please do. She's awesome.
And this is on the 24th of February 2018.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it's just a couple weeks away.
Okay, and we're talking about doing a live broadcast during the Indie Dyer Extravaganza, right? Indie Dyer?
Indie Dyer Extravaganza.
Indie Dyer Extravaganza. So
we are so excited to have all the artists come in. The other gal we have is Bad Wolf Girl, and she's got a wonderful podcast. Her yarn, here, open that up so folks can really get a look at that.
Look at this. Oh, that is beautiful.
I love her artistry. I love what she does with string and dye, and her fibers are wonderful.
It's beautiful.
She's excited to be here. We are thrilled to have her. Yeah, she's.
Oh my goodness.
She's absolutely delightful. Young, fun, spirited. A lot of her yarns are themed. She does a lot with pop culture, so look out, all you Harry Potter fans.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. It's gorgeous.
We have another gal. She was local here and moved up to D.C. She's in the Army, and we say this is how we support our military. She's fantastic.
Really?
Yarn habits. Yep, she's in the Army. She's
really?
great. Yeah, she's
Go
amazing.
Army.
Go Army.
Wow. Where is she stationed now?
She's up near D.C.
How about that?
She's in Northern Virginia. This is Yarn Habits, and I love her to pieces.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Take them up, open them, show folks.
Oh.
You can let them play.
It's not very good at rewinding. You'll have to show
That's
me.
my job.
You have to show me the trick on that.
Happy to do so.
Because I know there's a trick. Okay.
It's just yarn. Let it live. Look at that. Look at those grains.
Goodness.
Woo!
That is spectacular.
Here, I'll show you. So we get a lot of practice.
You're the professional. Okay. Oh, so you wind it from one end.
Yep, and you just let it go. And then you have, it's going to fold onto itself. I use my elbow. And then,
Oh, how not? Okay.
ta-da!
Perfect.
Not as good as Iris did, but not too bad.
Wow.
So Iris is Yarn Habits, and we're just delighted to have her here. We're excited.
That is stunning.
I can't wait for you to meet her. I can't wait for you to meet all these folks.
So everybody's going to be here.
Everyone's going to be here.
Ooh.
We're going to clear out the middle of the store.
I don't know how to get the bands
don't
back
worry about it. So we're also going to have the Fiberists. And they're a couple of guys who are chemists.
Oh, okay.
And they play with yarn and roving. And I don't have any samples of theirs. It's going to be a huge surprise. But they're getting this big table we're at now, and they're going to take over this whole side of the store.
I love the variety of people that you
Yes.
have represented.
Yes.
To me, that is so special. You've got younger people, you've got a military person, a couple of men. I mean, who would ever think that men would be dyeing yarn? I mean, it's just so unusual in the industry.
Yeah. They dye yarn, they knit, they're fabulous.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited again.
That's
I can't
very
wait to
exciting.
meet them. I haven't met them yet. We've just emailed back and forth.
Oh my gosh.
And they're again from the Northern Virginia area, so
Okay.
we're super
This is
excited.
very
is
cool.
great. This is great.
I wish you guys could feel this beautiful yarn because it is amazing. I'm literally getting high on the yarn fumes because it's a good thing.
It's got a touch of cashmere in it, no wonder.
I can tell. Oh my gosh. All
Her
right.
yarns are great. She loves yarn as much as the rest of us.
I love them all.
So,
And then you had a couple of special things you wanted to share.
we do. For the Indie Dyer Extravaganza, we are going to have a trunk show of 3 Irish girls. They are doing a shop exclusive color for us. Haven't seen it yet. It's a surprise.
gosh.
I'm so so tickled. And I fell in love with their yarn. This is their Prince, tribute to Prince.
Oh, wow.
And it's wonderful. We have Purple Rain and When Doves Fly.
How cool is that?
And they go great together.
I would
this
say.
This is such a shawl.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And in my world, it's a sweater where that's your trim and that's the body.
Oh,
but
it's beautiful.
Fabulous shawls. Again, their colors rock. And this is my next shawl. It doesn't know it yet.
Oh, I think it knows.
I am a huge fan of designer Anthony Casalena.
Okay.
He is just adorable. His patterns look super hard, and they're not.
Oh.
They flow. He does a lot of swing knitting, where you're doing short rows.
Okay.
But his short rows aren't hard. They're nothing to be afraid of. If you
Okay.
wrap and turn, you don't pick up your wraps. So
Okay.
you're never fighting for that little bit of yarn.
All right.
You just knit.
Nice.
3 past the wrap, back you go. 2 past the wrap, back you go. It's so relaxing and fun and goal oriented, and I have some of his that I've done. I'll bring them out here in a bit.
Yeah.
But this is the next one. This is going to be Leah.
It's so pretty.
I love it. And what we like to do here when our customers choose yarn, this is how I get good at rescanning, is we twist them together.
Oh, that's so clever.
So you can really see
How
how
it
they're going to
works.
play. Now this is very subtle, and that's the goal I wanted. I want something, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's bits of gold and speckles in here that just take my breath away.
The speckling is perfect.
Erin at 3 Irish Girls has just gone above and beyond.
That
I
is
love her.
beautiful. Oh my goodness. Look at this.
And Leah is his tribute to the owner of Altered Stitch in California. And I had the wonderful experience of being able to get out there a couple of years ago.
Wow.
And I got to meet her, and her store is the West Coast tribute to Indie Dyers.
Nice.
She was very inspiring. Unfortunately, she recently passed unexpectedly, and Anthony is a good friend of hers, and he did the shawl in her honor.
Really?
And I can't wait to knit it, one as a tribute to her and what she does for the Indie Dyer community, and because I love his work, and I love these yarns, so the whole thing is just, I'm twitching to get it. I have 2 sweaters in the works, and I don't want to start till I finish one, but you might get cast on.
Now, have you seen the pattern? Has the pattern come out?
The pattern is out.
Okay.
It's called Leah.
So you've seen it.
Leah. Not in person, but it is on Ravelry.
Okay.
So we love Ravelry.
Yeah.
And so I was headed out to California a couple years ago, and I didn't have a lot of time. I was there for some family stuff that was going on. And I texted Anthony and I said, so if I only have time for one yarn store, where do I want to go? And he sent me to Altered Stitch,
Nice.
in which I had some serious retail therapy.
What do you have for us now?
We have a very special, very, very special treat coming to the Indie Dyer Extravaganza.
That is unreal.
This is Lollipop Yarn.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Eat it up. It's candy.
That's a self-striping, right?
It is. That's a sock yarn, and I can't wait to get it on my needles and on my feet.
So pretty. This is supposed to be super hard to dye, isn't it? The self-striping?
It is. This is hand-dyed self-striping. It's a mathematical work of art and feat of genius.
Oh, yeah.
I
It's
love
beautiful.
everything. So we'll have just a few of those in the store.
Lollipop.
Lollipop.
I like that.
Run. She's just amazing. And the other treat we're going to have is our very own Freckles plus Fiber.
Oh.
They're 2 gals who come to the shop to knit. They met here at the knitting table and have collaborated to bring us a really wonderful indie dyed yarn. They're very new on the scene. I love their artistry. They are adorable.
Amazing.
And they both have freckles. I don't have a sample because they're busy working really hard to get us a bunch of yarn. And I love them. They're adorable.
And
absolutely
they'll be
cute.
here also.
They'll be here also. They're going to have a table. And one of them, Bryn, is friendly with Megan of Bad Wolf, so
Nice.
she's in awe. She says, "Are you gonna put me next to Megan?"
How cool.
So I probably will, just because
That's-
they're adorable. They're all just wonderful, and I can't wait to have this collaboration of artists here
It's
in our
really
store.
cool.
Um,
Yeah, this you guys, this table is it's stunning. I could just stay here all day and just enjoy this.
And we're going to mention the little babies in your hands right now.
Yeah. So what are these?
This is Yarn Less Traveled.
Ah,
And again, Indie Dyer, she sent me a little email and said, "Hey, check out my yarns." And I did. And then I said, "Send me a couple." So I bought a few. And then I placed an order, which should be in soon. We're hoping to get it in the next week or two.
oh, this is beautiful. I love the name. This one's called Just Another Manic Mermaid.
It suits us here at the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah, and 80s kids.
Go 80s kids.
You know,
I
and
resemble that.
As I recall, Prince wrote that song for the Bangles.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Wow.
because it's I'll have to double check, but I believe that Susanna Hoffs that sings that.
Go Prince.
Yeah, that's a really cool. And this one's called Heart Dive. That's a very cool tie-in. I'll double check the facts on that, but as I recall, that's a Prince song that he wrote for her. And they may or may not have dated. I'm not sure. He dated a lot of girls, so.
I would imagine he
Right.
was good at that.
But yeah, we'll find out for you.
Ah.
Okay, so these are wonderful.
They're
And she will be
great.
here also?
No, she's sending us a whole bunch of yarns. I placed a wonderful order, and it's going to be new, so I thought you are the first one to get to touch and feel it.
Oh, thank you.
And they'll be in, hopefully, in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
This
We
is
don't want to rush
adorable.
the magic.
Yeah, I love her little logo. It's like almost like a little truck. I'll do closer up shots so you can really see. But oh, isn't that cute?
So
Love
that's
it.
coming in.
Yay! So I was hoping that you could share a couple of cool projects
Yes.
that would work really well for all of these indie dyed yarns, because sometimes people get overwhelmed with the color and the speckles, and they don't know exactly what to do with the yarn. And I was hoping you could share a couple of
I'm happy
suggestions.
to. Yes. Well, we're going to go right back to my friend Anthony Casalena. And this is the first shawl I did of his. This is Bella Vista.
Oh, I like that. Oh,
And
that's
again,
neat.
it's swing knitting. It starts here in the middle, and it's short rows. And he's got this cool little chain stitch in there. And I always wear them point forward. Didn't do that very well, but
It's hard to style yourself when you don't have a mirror.
there you go.
That's pretty.
So his work is wonderful.
And that really does show off the yarn.
And it's great. 600 yards is usually recommended.
Okay.
So buy 2.
Yeah.
If you love it, buy 2.
That's what I always say. Yeah. Because with the indie dye, it's impossible really to match across dye lots.
It is.
Because that's the nature of a handmade product.
Correct.
And so, yeah, if you like it, buy an extra.
And this was a limited edition colorway from Madeline Tosh on
Oh.
Twist Light, which is a new base of theirs. This is another one of his designs, and this is Castra. And this was started on that plane out to California,
Oh.
and most of it was knit in an airport.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I like this. Is
And
it
this
like-
one can be done in 2 colors. I chose to do it in 1, and this is Yarn Love, another one of my
Oh, it
favorite
is.
indie
Katie.
dyers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I know Katie.
And this is her merino cashmere and glitter.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider it lace?
Not really. It's easy lace. It's yarn over, knit 2 together. And as long as your yarn overs are going in the same direction,
That's beautiful.
you're fine.
What about this part? That looks a little more
These are
complicated.
just yarn over, knit 2 together,
That's
and
it?
this is garter stitch and short rows. So you're going to start here, and you go back and forth. Oh no, you start here and you go out and back and out and back and out and back, and you're so excited to get finished with this to jump to the next section.
It's beautiful.
And then this part here is really cool. I like how he does that too.
So is this your cast off edge?
My cast off is the bottom.
How many?
And it starts here.
Okay.
We don't count stitches. That's the wonderful thing about many of these patterns. Don't count. As long as you have your edge correct, in this case it's knit to yarn over pattern, and your yarn overs line up, don't count.
Okay.
There's freedom. Be free. You are not tied to your stitch count.
Okay.
Freedom.
I like that.
Shawl freedom.
That really works for me. And this one, okay, so this just jumped out at me across the room. I saw this hanging as a sample on the wall, and oh, look at this, people.
Yeah, this is Akira from Ravelry, A-K-I-R-A, Akira,
like this.
by Tammy Gore. We had the pleasure of having Tammy here in our shop. She was vacationing in Virginia Beach and came in with her husband, and happened to have a few shawls with her to show off, and we went wild. Her work is amazing.
How exciting.
And I love these kind of arrow-shaped designs.
I do too. I haven't made anything like this. This is the asymmetrical shawl, correct?
And very goal-oriented. You want to get to your next color. You want to get to your next section. And this has a story. So I had this beautiful skein of junk yarn. That's this one right here. Love junk yarn. She's amazing. Raybot on Instagram. And I paired it with this mint, which is Madeline Tosh. So this skein, one skein was 400 yards and one skein was 463. And of course, they were reversed from what the pattern called for.
Oh.
My main color was short yardage, or my contrast, however it was going to fall, it wasn't going to work. And I messaged her on Ravelry. I messaged Tammy and I said, what do I do? And she said, grab a mini skein. And hence the orange came in.
Oh.
And
Wow.
the orange is a little seedling.
So that's just your own design element that you worked in.
It is. And everyone loves it and they think it's part of the pattern. And it is, because the designer Tammy told me to do it.
I think it's the only way to go.
And everyone loves the orange.
So for this one, you would pick a solid, a speckle, and a mini.
Yes. Yes.
That's fun.
And I just love junk yarn. Her speckles make me laugh. They make me giggle.
I love this, Andrea.
Thank you.
I love it.
There's nothing in here that's hard. Just keep your center spine straight. And this one, I paid attention to stitch count only so my shape didn't change.
And where did you cast on? Is this your cast on edge here?
No, my cast on is right here.
Down here.
Yep. And this has some pretty odd shapes as you get to it. As you start going up. And then if you wanted to make this larger, you have the freedom to do so. You would continue here with your shaping. And at some point you stop increasing on one side and continue on the other. And that's how you, and your bind off starts here. The bind off edge on this is from here to here.
Oh, that's nice.
This is your bind off.
Oh, that's very nice.
So you're working your arrow point until you have 2 stitches on one side of your marker.
Nice.
So as long as you keep that spine true, you're good.
Oh.
And this is a very similar shape to the Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry.
Only this is a lot more manageable.
It is. And it's just fun. I love
like
doing this.
this.
It didn't take me long because I was so motivated. I wanted to change. I wanted to get to my orange. I wanted to play.
Is that fingering weight?
It is. It is.
And what is the total yardage?
It was 400, 463, and I think a 50-yard mini. Can I go grab a skein of junk yarn?
Yes,
I love her stuff.
please.
Hold on.
We'll be right back. I love to see. Okay, so all right, we're back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So the speckle is that skein. Isn't that cool? I love to see how this transforms into the fabric. I just think that's.
And this is Boss Sock, and the color is Ray.
Yes.
We have a whole bunch of it in the
I'll
shop
try this
now. I
on.
love it. Oh, yep, here.
This is pretty. And then what is the content on this?
I have to check. 80 superwash, 20 nylon, 400 yards.
Do I have it on right?
You do. Let's fix you. We'll dress
Fix
you on
me.
camera.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I like that. I think I might have to make this. I have some stuff in stash that I bought from a Dyer Extravaganza here.
Yay.
So maybe and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this stuff? And maybe this is it.
We have all gone to festivals and events and yarn stores and found the perfect skein of variegated yarn. The crazier the better. We love it. We eat it up. We take one look at this and bring it home and love on it. And then there comes the time where we say, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
How do I make this work? You start knitting it and maybe it's not what you thought it was going to be when you saw it in the shop. And of course we go to Ravelry. We live on Ravelry.
And you have a really nice Ravelry group.
We do.
Yeah. I'll link to that in the down bar, so be checking for that.
We love our Ravelry. They're brilliant. And you can pair this with many yarns. We can pull a pink. We can pull a green. We can pull a gold, a white, a gray. There's so much in here to pair it with. This one, I paired the mint.
I love it.
I love it too.
You have such a good eye for color.
This would pair with the mint also if we wanted something softer, or we'd pull in our new friend
That's
and we
fun.
twist those up. So that would be really, really fun.
That's very pretty.
So we would really like that.
That's
Check those
pretty.
out, guys.
Super pretty.
So
Well, Andrea, I would like to thank you for your time today, for sharing all of these wonderful dyers, and for introducing so many new artists to me that I was completely unfamiliar with. So that is awesome. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
thank you.